On the troll.
Hello and welcome to Mzansi. We're back again. I know it's December. Cannot keep everything together. But yeah, we are here and we are going to deliver as much as we can. Remember, the aim is not to chase the money, but the aim is to make sure that you stay updated when
December,
you need to be updated. Obviously, this December is busy. There's a lot of exposing. There's a lot of...
It won't
finish. It won't finish.
Too much to cover. There's just a lot happening in Mzansi, Africa.
Yeah, not even in Mzansi alone.
Even the world.
Worldwide.
Have you heard
this
about
is just
TBJ?
this is just a
God.
world expose. Like it's, I said this year is a year of exposing everything. If you think you are still left and you still have a chance of not being exposed, the year is not done yet. A couple of days before it finishes. But now let's talk about what is happening in South Africa. Definitely we are all about South Africa for now. Maybe one day we will grow and start talking about TD Jakes and whatnot. I knew it was too good to be true. But yeah.
And they keep playing a record of his, I just want to swallow. And I'm like, yo, this is bad. But anyway, let's talk about Mzansi Africa. Let's talk about Bheki Cele. Yes, our Minister of Police. Now, he says that there's a breakthrough in AKA's case, and it's not far off. I know the story is not exactly like recent. It happened like a week ago, but we are covering it because it's important. Remember how we talked or covered the breaking news of AKA's case when it was developing earlier on in the year, and then we were informed that that was misinformation or something like that, and we had to quickly let it go and leave it alone. Turns out it wasn't quite misinformation because Minister Bheki Cele was confirming some of the things. So remember that AKA, along with his friend and manager or former manager Tibz, Motswani, they were shot dead on February the 10th outside a restaurant on Florida Road in Durban. And a video of that murder went viral on social media and now forms part of that police investigation that they have started, or that they started around the time in February. So the police minister, Bheki Cele, made shocking revelations when giving the latest updates on AKA's murder investigation last week, Thursday. And during this interview with Faith Mangupe of Metro FM, Cele said that they were keeping close to witnesses who knew about the orchestration behind AKA's murder. He said that they have found the getaway car as well as the gun that was used to end AKA's life. And those were the reports that we reported on, remember? And they were like coming from independent news. So then they were quickly debunked to say that that was not the case. I mean, there were even pictures and stuff of the arrest or some of the arrests. The videos were circulating on social media of some of the arrests that were taking place. And it looked like it was misinformation at the time. He also said that they have found two people who he now knows for sure were kept safe because they know very well what happened on that day. Now, these people, according to Bheki Cele, have given information for the police to get the firearm and the car that was used. Bheki Cele further said to Faith that those things are in the hands of the police, as they spoke to Faith Mangupe on the radio Metro, that the police knew who they are chasing. So, and those two guys must be kept very safe because they know what happened on that day, and even beyond what happened. They know about the networks that led to the unfortunate murder of AKA. Now, I don't know which two guys are those, but there are speculations, Mr. Anonymous, that he might have been talking about some of the friends that AKA was with the night when he was assassinated. But this is yet to be confirmed. We don't know for sure, but there are speculations on social media that they're talking about the friends. So when asked if Nkabi was behind his assassination, Cele said that those people, some of them were hired some of those people were close associates. So from the footage that we saw, it is not the secret that Nkabis were responsible, but the ones
According to Cele.
But the ones that called out the hit are yet to be known, and hopefully the police will continue doing investigations on this case. And I think the public, especially the super mega fans, AKA's fans, Mega City, had done their bit in respecting this investigation of the police and not interfered. I think the major, of course, interference was with the leaking of the footage on social media. And it was justified by Mega City because they were afraid that what is currently happening with Senzo's case might end up happening with AKA's case.
Is that so?
Yeah, there were speculations of fear around that, and it was justifying of the footage that had it not been for the releasing of the footage, perhaps the police would not have been proactive in doing investigations on what happened to AKA and who did that to him. So yeah, it was a lot when it happened. I remember it traumatized the nation. So the way the leaking of the CCTV footage, how it was leaked at the time. So it's all up to the police now. And they have put their trust in the police to conduct this investigation thoroughly. And I can say that Mega City has been quiet and they have been waiting on the police patiently. There's even interviews of AKA's mother where he was telling them to calm down and let the police do their work. So it seems like that strategy has worked.
Has it?
If Minister Bheki Cele is saying that it has worked, who are we to say otherwise? Because he's speaking with conviction in that interview. We'll play the footage.
Well, I'm going to stay in your province because there's something also significant, and it will be amiss of me if I do not ask you, has happened in your province as well, and that was the murder of AKA. How far are we in solving that matter?
Well, that is really under the guide and the oversight of the provincial commissioner. He has given the report, Faith, of late, that we have found the getaway car. The gun has been found. They have found two people that I know for sure. Those people have been kept very safe because they know very well what happened in that particular day. But
these are witnesses that have been found?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, who have given the information for the police to get the gun, for the police to get the cars. Those things are in the hands of the police as we speak. We know who are chasing, and those two guys must be kept very safe because they know what happened on that particular day, even beyond what happened on that day about the networks that led to the unfortunate murder of AK.
Was it Ingabi?
Let me not get in that one. But those people, some of them were hired. And I guess once you are hired, you're in Gabi. But some of those people were close associates. That's why.
Close associate of the deceased?
Yes.
So close associate of AKA were part of orchestrating the murder of AKA according to the intelligence you've got so far?
Let me end there. Let me not to try that, bring the case and try it even before it is in court. It will be okay to stop just there. But that what one has said, I think is enough for the public to understand that we are close. We have not closed our books. We are working on the matter.
We're going to take more of your calls after the break.
Yeah. Look, let me be just that person who punches your bubble. I'm sorry, but nothing comes out of these politicians when it comes to these things I seem to trust. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
It's the same way the issue of Senzo was announced during his burial. How they are going to make sure that everything is fine. Look at where we are today. We are covering the unfolding case that has no direction every day. So, do I think that the fact that they started with the people that did this whole thing, it sounds wrong to me. Everyone, the orchestrator, if there was an orchestrator, should be there. They should be saying, we have an orchestrator, we have. If those so-called friends, or if those so-called informants are really doing their due diligence, they should be saying, these people were planning like this and that because of 1, 2, 3. See, the issue of AKA is a broader one than people might think, in my own opinion. AKA was a free spirit for me.
He was.
He said what he wanted to say anytime.
Yes.
For some weird reason, sometimes he would even advocate for us when it comes to the things of politics.
Yes.
Where he feels that really the politicians are not doing their job. I mean, there was a situation, he was not given a state funeral like Mampinja.
The family said they wanted a private
So
funeral.
the question is, who's the orchestrator? That's the broader answer that you might get if there was an orchestrator. It could be music, it could be anything. You know, these days you are not supposed to speak about certain things. And also these days, if you have, your music is doing well, you're an artist that is some of these companies, they feel that you are more valuable gone than alive. Sometimes it does happen if you feel want to jump. I'm not saying that is the case. I'm just
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Because of the
Basically,
job
what I'm
that
saying
he
is that
had.
it's a lot.
It's a
And
lot.
because of who he was and how big he was and how free he was when it comes to just commenting about anything, unlike these so-called celebs that we have that always look for their bag, look out after their bag. He was one of those people who say anything.
Yes.
So, do I believe that this case, from the word go, is going to head to the right direction? No, I don't. I don't believe it. I don't believe. This is not the first time we are seeing an icon of South Africa, where people believe in, some people who really loved this guy. This is not the first time.
And part of the reason why he even went to have this answer when Faith was asking it is because Faith had probably seen with the journalists and publications, they were like, it's been 10 months since the incident. What is the feedback now?
Okay.
What is the update? Many articles were being printed asking the same question over and over again. That's why maybe
So media.
Faith slotted it in her interview.
So now they're pushing that, and then therefore warranting the press of announcement and whatnot.
Yes.
Look, that's a problem
Why?
because it's a push factor. It should be a reaction from the police to feel the need without the media. Feel the need and come and say this is the case. You know, but because there was a bit of a push, same as Senzo, there was a promise that was made by the minister when he came in terms of Senzo's issue. catch these people. We are going to do everything. We have created these teams and those teams.
One would say they've caught them. Now the
Where?
question is,
They
are
are-
they the right ones?
Where are they? Where are they?
They're in the trial.
The truth of the matter is that in South Africa, anything is possible. And it depends on who you have next to you. Do you understand? So in this case, I'm worried about the fact that they're not saying that this was a hit. This was created because of 1, 2, 3. Not divulging everything, just a tip, like a hint of the whole skeleton. Now we are starting from the back. We are starting with the people, and then which is what is happening. The case of Senzo is created on the hit.
Yes.
Currently, it changed from many scenarios, and then it became a hit. As Hernel wish predicted, actually not wish, predicted that
it was not a robbery.
It was not a robbery gone
It was
wrong.
a hit.
It was a hit, even with no direction of such pointing to that direction. But it's a hit, and if it's red, it should be red, and that's the problem I have. That's the problem I have. So now we are in this situation. It's like, warning. What do you have? What do you want to say? Do you want to talk to us? If really you are part of this and you have money. And that's the problem I have in South Africa. Everything can be bought. Everything can be changed. Everything can be... And to change a scenario just takes someone from higher position to say that, no, I don't trust this group anymore. I need a special task that is going to focus on 1, 2, 3. Wara, next thing, it falls on the cold case hands. And once it falls there...
Because it's been 10 months. I mean, I don't blame the journalists. I also have been patient and trusting the process.
There is the aim here, even with those journalists, why were they quiet for so long? The aim is to shake them heading towards the elections.
Oh.
And that's a problem.
Because they're gonna.
It's like we have something dingling on your face. If you don't solve it, then we are not gonna write correct stuff about you. So we need you to do something.
Because even when you go back with the Senzo situation, the elections were when 2018.
Yes.
And there was pressure mounting up in 2018.
Do you understand?
A lot
And
with regards to this case.
They ended up going to that thing, KZN. A lot of things happened.
Yeah, that's worrying. I didn't even think of it like
So
that.
the system is not yet ready to do their job for me. The system is not ready to do that. There's a lot of rotten people within that system of SAPS. Yes, there are good people, but there's also a lot of rotten people. So, do I believe or am I excited about this? I foresee the case rolling again, those people denying being involved. What else do you have other than the word of those people?
They said they have the firearm in the vehicle.
Okay. We know that a firearm can be there anyhow. We had a revolver. 9mm. I mean.
I didn't even think of it like that.
A firearm can be there in any time. I mean, I can say now you did something, and then if I'm part of the SAPS, they have a lot of firearm that they've confiscated from many places, and they're no longer using them. Get one, and it becomes yours.
Sure.
By fire, by force, either by beating, by bitterization, or it can be anything. That's the thing. Nothing excites me when it comes to these issues. And you look at what is happening around the world. You look at, not around the world, around South Africa. You look at the situations of the people who are informants, real informants, people who really have information, they easily are accessible, and their life can be ended any time. We had a lady who has been running for his life just for saying certain things, for her life, sorry, just for saying, there's a lot of things that are happening in South Africa. So I don't get excited easily these days.
I hear you and I understand. I completely get it.
So if they are protected, then they are special.
Yeah, they must be.
Do you understand? And that's a problem I have.
Well, remember that earlier this year, around May, when independent media reported that a car was found in Durban, but then the police later refuted those claims. Now, at the time, a source close to the investigation and not authorized to speak to the media told independent media that the firearm was recovered in Umlazi, south of Durban. Ballistics have confirmed that a 9mm pistol was positively linked to the shooting incident that claimed the lives of the two men, and it is understood that a man in his 20s had been arrested at the time. However, according to another source, that firearm was for hire, but later on the KwaZulu-Natal police, they slammed these reports, saying that they were unfounded. They accused media houses of attempting to botch any police endeavors in finding the killers and bringing justice to the families of the victim. They said that there are unsubstantiated rumors and malicious allegations about the recovery of the so-called murder weapon. They said it was insensitive, unethical, and inconsiderate reporting that has great potential of arming the persons of interest with ammunition to further complicate the police's progress into the matter.
Let us look at this thing with a dead eye, maybe. Let's say you are part of the Nkabis. You go do such a huge job, a very huge job, because AKA was big. Do you come back and store that gun? Store it. Keep it. What is it? It's for sure. What is it for? This is a big person. You know, you can't even pass that gun, because if you pass that gun, it leaves a trailer from where it comes from.
From what we know, they do get rid of the guns.
Do you understand? That's what I'm trying to say.
From the information that's available on these YouTube videos.
No, this is not like you came across Mr. Anonymous and that one, you just wanted to take chances and then you shot him by mistake. It's nobody.
True.
This is a huge person.
And we all saw the video.
You go and keep it.
I doubt. From the moment that they could not be found within 24 hours, I knew.
It's almost gone.
It's gone. But so I was surprised when the investigations were like, they found it. And they found the car.
That's a problem in South Africa. You know, if you are going to come and tune me, maybe, when I say tune me, maybe I would say lie to me if you wanted to lie to me. Just change your story a bit. Like, you can't come always find a gun, find all evidence all the time. I mean, we watch these things in America. Mm-hmm. We watch these things. Some people had to be taken from that FBI to dig from with those guns. They to dig wherever that they put that gun from.
They buried
from. And normally those cases they rely on confession.
Yes, they do.
After maybe putting that person in so many things, and then they start confessing.
Mm-hmm. Or offering them immunity. I
yes.
think it's something that they do a lot.
Yes.
Where they're like, you are
yes.
not going to be persecuted. Just tell us what happened.
Yes.
And then the person would confess.
Do you understand?
Just so they don't go to jail.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So the problem South African one, though, is a different version. People of South Africa do something and keep everything.
At the time, though, I kind of understood their frustration, the KZN police. I'm like, maybe they're onto something, you know. I was like, maybe they're onto something. They don't want the investigation to be compromised. I felt like that way, you know. But now that you're putting all these points across, I'm like rethinking this whole situation.
What are the odds? Yes, you can find me with the substances, for example,
Yes.
because I need to sell them and make money. But what are the odds of me keeping such things? Everything, even a car.
Well, the KZN police also said that the allegations also put the investigating team under undue pressure and endanger their lives. They also made an appeal to members of the media to respect the process of the investigation and refrain from publishing unfounded allegations and speculations. They also revealed that they are making good progress in the investigation, and when the time is right, the public will be informed accordingly. And this was in May of 2023. So I guess that now that the Minister of Police is speaking on it and just spoke on it on the public platform, then this is a good time for us to carry on where we left off with the AKA case. Because in March 2023, a month later after the incident, 4 men were arrested in Belhar, were allegedly linked to the AKA murder as well. I don't know whether you remember the footage.
I
of
remember
those 4
that.
men.
I remember those 4 men. It's in Cape Town.
It was in Cape Town, yes.
Yes.
And then they said that a car also had been found in Umlazi. Everything was just all over the place. And then they made a court appearance and they got bail. And the lawyer that was representing them said that they had nothing to do with the AKA case. In fact, that case that they were showing up for was not the AKA case. It was another case.
There you go. And we never had a report on that, right?
No.
There was no report that, okay, the media, we were hearing 1, 2, 3. What happened with these guys? Because we were thinking that these guys are... That's what I'm trying to say. Everything changes and everyone forgets.
Hey, a
You
lot
go
is
to sleep.
happening. There's also more information. So among those 3 men that were released, one, his name was Siphamandla Ngobo, appeared in court on an unrelated charge. So this is another one of those people that many people that were arrested. This person, according to IOL, was arrested for an unrelated charge. But according to the charge sheet, Ngobo allegedly stole a vehicle from the parking lot outside Joe Cool's in North Beach in January this year. And I also remember it being disputed by their lawyer. There was a white lady who was disputing it and saying that these arrests were not related to the murder of AKA. So this Spamandla, who's only 20 years old, allegedly had a previous conviction on a raft of charges, including murder, robbery, and was out on parole at the time of his arrest. Now this, for me, felt
Deja vu.
like deja vu.
There's a conversation. There's not an announcement. There was a speech that was made by the minister. In that speech, he said, and even reiterated the speech, saying that he would say it again because there are people who are saying KZN people are the people that are doing everything.
I've seen somebody TikTok othi akamfuni uCele for one reason. Ngizoyiphinda lento so that lo muntu angangifuni kakhulu. Ukuthi inkabi eSouth Africa sivele KZN. When you look at the national picture, most of people that move around killing people, they come from this province. As I'm saying, most mass shootings, they're happening in this province. People, they move from this province to go and kill the people.
It's recent.
And yeah, and
I
it
think I
does
saw it
seem
on social
seem like that if there is a case that needs to be built, it's KZN people. So I wouldn't be surprised if all those people are KZN people.
Aye, Kona, it's giving
Even
Senzo
though
Meyiwa case.
AKA was not from Durban.
He was not. He was from Johannesburg. He lived most of his adult life in Johannesburg.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. Do you expect 5, 4, 5, 6? I don't know.
There are forms of similarities when
Yes.
it comes to the promises.
You see the
being
problem
made,
that one thing that I can
how-
tell, one thing that I can say to people. Sorry, you mean. Do not get your fingers into the SAPS because you have created a certain profile for whatever that you went in for. Then you've created a certain profile. The day that profile or something like what you have done happened, it seems as if you'll be remembered. Anytime. Once you are there, you become part of, and more so if you are released, even if you are inside. Because very soon, you might see this case passing to the cold case, for example.
Can it not, please?
Let us see.
Can you please solve this?
Let us see. You remember when Senzo, it was a normal case, next thing, it always has a timing for certain things. Everything must pop before the case becomes cold case. All I'm saying is that there's the first one that disappeared, those people that disappeared, we don't know what happened, whether they were charged or not charged. Do expect these ones that might come also to dispute that and be out on bail. Then there might be a third one. And once there's a third one, we must know that obviously it has taken long to solve that case. And as we heard the explanation of how cold case work, it just requires a case not to be solved for long, and
Yes.
from there it becomes cold.
Oh my God.
Even though we are still solving it, the cold case, if it's required, can go in and become part of that case. It is a broader scope of cold case unit, right? It's no longer the issue of the case is closed because we don't know what is happening with it. We cannot find the evidence. Then that's why the case is paused. Then that's a cold case. Now it can be even when they are solving it, because the cold case unit has more experts and whatnot. And this is a high profile case which actually qualifies to be part of cold case.
When I hear cold case, I'm thinking of this current mess that is in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. Yeah, well, in September, let me finish this up. In September, the Minister of Police said that they were close to arresting those involved in the AKA murder. And in Cele's previous update on the investigation, he assured the public that the police were working to make sure that the criminals were brought to book. He said that they are chasing these people and they are not far from dealing the final blow on this case. He said in September of 2023.
Not different from what you've had in terms of Senzo's case.
And this has taken some time for the family, friends, and nation, but AKA was a well-known figure. That's what he said. Now, Cele asked the police be given space to resist the push that might end in breaking the case even before they complete the proper investigation. He said that he had identified a person of interest, but asked the public to give the police more time to do their jobs. Now, the person of interest, of course, they're talking about this guy we just talked about, Spamandla, the 20-year-old. And Cele said that the cars and firearms used in the murder had been retrieved. And it seems the police wanted to investigate this case without giving details to the public of what is happening step by step, because the KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Police spokesperson, Colonel Robert Nechaunda, said that they would not be commenting on the investigation or whether they were close to making an arrest. He said that the investigations were ongoing and that they were on record saying that they won't be given blow by blow. So the KZN police is choosing
Not to comment.
Yes, not to promise anything to the public.
The minister is
not
promising.
That's another red flag.
And goes a bit in detail. As I said, you see, the difference between police and the minister is pushed by votes. because ministers depend on people to look at them and trust them. And the police on the other side, they are driven by the badge of honor to do what they said they would do. There is no push, but obviously they are hired and they are under the ministerial. So they need to do something.
And an investigation is best done with no media involvement.
Yes.
You know, I understand. That's why I'm saying I understand the KZN police frustrations. Like, they need privacy, they need to work, they need to investigate without hindrances. Or, but then the minister comes and goes to a radio.
Perhaps that's what one can say during Cele's time also was the frustration, maybe. Because we have had, I think one politician was saying that you made who took the Cele's position. There were jabs who were thrown that guy is just silent.
General Masemola.
Yes, he's the one who should be announcing things
and
like
making
that.
the media statements.
And making things,
all of
but
these
then the
things.
minister is the one doing so. For visibility, of course, I would assume.
Yeah.
And to seem as if something is being done and under your name. As a minister, it's obviously, if it's a win for police and you're a minister of police, it's a win for you too. So the problem is that do expect these guys to be caught, but these guys must have cases that are gonna, therefore, for me, this is what I'm expecting.
Okay.
Those cases are cases that they might have been arrested for, are cases that are gonna make them look more suitable candidates. And as we know, South Africa is capable of actually judging you by what you have done. We have seen it happening.
Yes.
We are seeing it happening.
In the
If you
Senzo
have
Meyiwa
done
trial,
something,
yeah.
then you become that.
True.
You can never change, or you can never have a break or something like that.
True.
Anything that fits you, and that's what
It's currently
So
unfolding.
do expect those people to have previous cases that are going to prove that the gun was used on those cases, and there were cases that were open. Hence, I'm saying that it is going to give you that deja vu of cold case that we're dealing with of Senzo.
And we're not saying it's a fact, of course.
Obviously, it's my opinion,
It's an
and
opinion,
on the basis of
and
what
it's
I see.
speculation on
Yes.
the basis of the information I've just given right now from the publications. You know, it's a lot. It's giving deja vu. Even myself, after I read the 20-year-old's profile.
Yeah. So they have done something before, allegedly,
Yes,
and
the charge sheet said
there's
that.
a charge sheet.
Yes, they said
Exactly.
that they have a previous charge before.
Exactly.
But we'll see. We'll see as time goes by. So, guys, tell us what you think about the development of AKA's case and whether you still are interested in finding out what happened to him or not. Or maybe it's best he just be left alone because, yeah, it's a lot.
It's
a lot, and I understand why the family is not wanting to be too involved in this thing. I feel like maybe it's too much for them.
Yeah, it is.
So guys, let us know in the comment section down below, and until the next video, Mr. Anonymous, we're out, right?
Yeah, we're out. Thank you very much, guys. Please subscribe and like the video. Share, obviously. Communicate. Tell us what you think. But please do not use vulgar. We do have clapbacks for days. It's December. So if you come with vulgar, we clap back. We respect people. We respect our people.
Yes, this is the most
and our people are very
platform.
respectful. But there's a new gang that is coming with the tendencies of no, we don't have a problem with theories, but don't start with nonsense. For example, the word nonsense.
Disrespecting. There's no vulgar. Please ungathugi my subscribers and my people.
No,
Please.
the subscribers don't do that. Our subscribers are very
Whoever
civil.
is coming, don't tuga my people.
It's people who are just binge watching and then passing by, and
No,
they
don't
come
do
with
that.
the tendencies of breadwinners. And if you come with that,
Fly
we are
away.
definitely going to clap back. We are relaxed. It's
Don't
not
disrespect.
It's December, for it. We see everything that is happening. So we are going to clap back and you're going to say we are rude. We are not rude. We are very respectful. We've been very respectful. We do accept theories. We even accept calls.
Yes.
People calling.
Yes.
We don't have problem with anything. But we do have problem if you're going to insult people that are here in this platform. Thank you very much.
The moment you call someone stupid, just know you're losing the argument. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you're basically failing to argue your points. And normally those people, they don't even give points. They just say something without even giving or laying the basis of that of whatever that they are submitting. And most of them are people who are just jumping in a moving train without knowing what happened on the back, who were not interested at the time. But as things grow, and then they start getting interested, and now they want to come with breadwinner tendencies.
They're catching a moving train, and they're... You guys are funny. But until the next one, Mr. Anonymous.
Thank you.
Bye.